Hey, thanks for tuning in to Sunny Hippie's channel. There's another video about Don Lemon getting fired that's longer, which features all my opinions about CNN and Fox News in general and my qualifications. So if you want a longer video about all my wide-sweeping opinions, then go watch that longer video. And don't forget to subscribe today. And check out sunnyhippies.com where you can find exclusive Sunny Hippies tie-dyes. Anyway, I'm going to get straight to the point in this video. Don Lemon was fired today, and Don Lemon is a news anchor. He was formerly following Anderson Cooper, and this follows a tradition of Chris Cuomo getting fired, and then Don Lemon had some allegations of using his power in the club to pick up young boys, and there was some bad allegations that he was using his power in the club and being, I don't know, kind of a jerk. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I was reading about that, and it kind of dropped Don Lemon down in my mind a little bit. I always loved Don Lemon until some of these stories started coming out. I started to wonder, he might need a good scrubbing. I've had to do a good scrubbing and become nicer. Maybe Don Lemon also needs to become nicer. He was dropped down to the morning show, and he had several conflicts earlier when he was on the evening show he would hand off to Chris Cuomo. They would often have kind of bro moments, a high-fiving. And even though he's an African-American homosexual man, an LGBT guy, which is awesome and wonderful for CNN to represent diversity, he also had kind of a bro element, to a fraternity element to him. And that started to come out on the morning show. Caitlin Collins and Poppy Harlow are all right. Caitlin Collins is an up-and-coming news journalist who likes to cover the White House, and Poppy Harlow is a no-nonsense reporter. She's not afraid to, she's no pushover herself. And Don Lemon had to sit right in the middle with these two kind of on the side, and it always felt like he was trying to be the centerpiece, the big front show host who got knocked down to his lowly and had to work with his lowly cohort, up and coming cohorts. And he made a comment of Nikki Haley running for president against Donald Trump, and she made a comment about Biden being past his prime. And so Don Lemon said, "Oh, well, she's past her prime, if you know what I mean. And a woman's sexual prime is in her 30s. Nikki Haley, I don't know her age, she's not in her 30s. So Poppy Harlow and Caitlin Collins are like, what? Who cares if she's past her sexual prime? Like, what kind of a road joke is that? What does that have to do with what kind of performance that she could do on the job?" So his politics really started to come into question. And then fighting with his Caitlin Collins giving a report, and Don, I guess, didn't like it. He didn't seem to praise, and Poppy Harlow took up that shit and said, "Hey, great interview, Caitlin," several times. And Don had to state why he felt this way, and maybe Don had some valid points, but it just came off that he was unsupportive of his female colleagues, and it came off a little bit misogynistic. And in this day and age, that's not good, especially for African American LGBT. Now, Don Lemon, if you're watching this, I love you. I hope you make a sincere apology and make a rebound, because you are a good newscaster. You have a decent heart in there, but I don't know if maybe this power got to you or what. But he has been fired from CNN, and I applaud CNN. CNN does lean left. They are liberal, but they're not an infomercial like Fox News is an infomercial. And if you remember, CBS and ABC and NBC were the main stations, and Fox tried to become the main station. They tried to become the fourth station, and now they're trying to become a news network, and it's just not news. It's like WWE wrestling. That's why they had to pay $785 million to Dominion for lying. That's why you see Tucker and Hannity tweeting what they really feel and then what they have to say on the news. Similarly, Trump saying he knows that the coronavirus is 5 times more deadly than the flu, but then he comes out and says they say whatever their WWE wrestling fans want to hear versus what the truth actually is. Now, if Fox tells you a tornado is coming down the highway, or CNN tells you a tornado is coming down the highway, then certainly get out of the way. But you need to learn to differentiate opinions from fact. CNN is left leaning, but they tend to be more open-minded. They have a Republican regular on their evening show with Allison Camerata, which I really enjoy. The Republican guy on there. He's really strong. He's not a pushover. Anyway, Don Lemon has been fired for some of his behavior in around New York City. Apparently, he's using his power to pick up guys, and hey, that's not cool. You use your power, especially in this day, and a little bit of his misogynistic politics coming out. So hopefully, he could scrub himself and become a better person, because that's what this whole Me Too thing is about. It's not about shaming anyone or getting anyone fired or canceled. It's about just becoming a nicer, better human being. And I hope Don Lemon does that. I think CNN made the right moves here. And it will be interesting to see how they proceed with their morning show. I do enjoy their evening show. And a nod to you, morning show with the Morning Joe. I think they could have a black host on in their morning show, maybe replace one of those three blonde guys. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Tucker Carlson, who resigned from Fox. The times are changing. I'd like to see what Tucker Carlson really thinks. And if he really what he believes, he's more like Morton Downey Jr., like an entertainer versus a newscaster. So I do watch CNN, I do watch MSNBC, but I read everything, I cross-reference everything. I don't trust any one source, read a variety of sources, and that's right, Don Lemon has been fired. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.